Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So before we go into your different sectors, let's look at this. Your key to the week is the Wheel of Fortune. This is fantastic because this is actually represents Jupiter, which is your ancient ruler, which gives you sort of, a little nod to that extra power, but it also sees you tapping into this ability to create synchronicity. Now, how do you do that? I know a lot of people are probably like, well, a synchronicity just kind of lines up, Raph. But you have to provide the energy for the universe to create synchronicity. So synchronicities are all about being in alignment. And when you are in true alignment with your path, with your purpose, with your power, with your passion, the synchronicities show up, right? Synchronicity is a result of you moving into a personal alignment. Now remember, the Wheel of Fortune always shows up to give you luck, success, abundance, and synchronicity, but it does so in response to the work that you've already done. So this is a week for you to really do the work of manifesting your dreams, manifesting your goals, manifesting your desires, but really focusing on what those actually are and what it is that you need to do to be in alignment for them. All right, so for your actions and options, you have the Hierophant card, right? So it looks like you are aligning with either a very powerful person, or maybe for some of you, this is the start of that journey of, I talked about this in the July Taroscope for Pisces. It looks like a lot of you are being elevated in your work in some way, shape or form. Now, isn't that a turn of events, right? Just not too long ago, you guys were kind of feeling like you were buckling under the pressure. It was getting a bit too much for you. You were kind of felt like you were being trodden on and stood on too much. And now here on the opposite end of it, you are rising up the ranks, and that is showing. It shows the work that you've done. It shows the hard work and commitment and effort that you've put in. So that Hierophant card as your actions and options sees you becoming effectively a boss or an authority in some respect. It also sees you really sort of starting to become a part of the hierarchy in some way, shape or form. Now, don't let that frighten you. It's actually a really good thing. For your communications and conversations, you have the Ten of Cups, right? So this to me looks like you are aligning with somebody. This could be a week where you are connecting with somebody in terms of a relationship. It could be a week where you are, because the Ten of Cups is a brilliant card. This is about home. It's about security. It's you having powerful connections. You've got two tens here as well. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But your communications and conversations are blessed this month. You're having great conversations, and possibly with either bosses or the company that you work for. Maybe your own company or business has some sort of advancement, which is absolutely exciting. The other part of this that could be great as well, you could be aligning with somebody that could be a potential relationship prospect. You could be you could be having talks or conversations with people that actually feel like they're more aligned to you. So if you're single, this is absolutely brilliant, right? And whenever you see whenever you see two tens in tarot, because the Wheel of Fortune is the number 10, the 10 of Cups there, so two tens is all about change. Something to do with your work is going through a big change. Something to do with your home and possibly your relationships is going through a big change. For your money and materials, you've got the Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this week, it's about you being conservative with your money or your funds, right? This is a week for you to really pay attention to what you're doing with your money. Now, interestingly enough, for a lot of you, this is the last week before payday. That last week before payday tends to be where we do the most of our reckless spending, believe it or not. So the thing that you want to watch out for this week is that you're not coming from a that you're not coming from a lack mindset. That this week you're saying to yourself, right, okay, well, I have everything that I need. So it's just the, you know, the fact that I'm that week before payday that I'm saying to myself like, oh, you know, I want to buy this or I should buy that. And, you know, you'll make all kinds of justifications for it. Just sit still. This week, just sit with that energy. Just sit with the energy of, okay, you know, I'm just a week before payday. Maybe don't have a lot of money at the moment. Do you actually need what it is that your mind, your psyche, or the world, or the adverts on TV are telling you to buy? Do you really need it? And if not, leave it alone. Don't just, you know what I mean? So check this out. You've got 2 5s, you've got 2 10s. 5s are all about vigils, right? So this is why I say to you, sit still. Be patient, be in that moment of stillness and silence, and you will be very surprised at what comes up for you. So for your home, right, it does look like a lot of you are starting to think about not necessarily a change of home, but actually, yeah, a change of home. It looks like a lot of you are starting to think about, right, where am I going next? You know, what does the next place that I'm going to live in look like? Where is the next home that I'm going to be? This seems to be a real big pattern at the moment for Cancerians, Aquarians, and Pisceans. You three seem to be really focused on changing your environment in some way, shape, or form. For your personal health, yeah, this is a week for you to really think about the density of your bone structure. So maybe some strength and resistance training, or maybe thinking about doing that kind of thing. You know, weight training, definitely a possibility. For your love and relations, you have the 2 of Pentacles. So 2s always represent partnerships. It does feel to me like there is somebody on their way to you. This is very likely to be somebody that's very settled, somebody that is very good at what they do, maybe a person in a position of authority or power of some sort. Now, the thing that you need to know about this connection, slow and steady is going to win this race, right? Don't try to force it. Don't try to rush it. Take your time. There's going to be something about this person that moves very slowly, and you might find that frustrating, you know, because we live in the times of move fast, everything fast, right? Whereas this person's going to be very like, no, you know what, if it's you, if it's us, I want to make sure, so I'm going to do this very, very slowly, which means they might not tell you everything about themselves. You might find it out over time. The relationship itself might develop over time, but somebody is probably likely to show up for you this week, which is very exciting. Take your time with everything this week. You have all the time you need, all right? For those of you that are partnered, this looks really nice. It actually looks like you and your partner are focused on maybe changing the home or buying a home or doing something different to the home. And for a lot of you, it does look like you're thinking about changing your financial outlook or your financial destiny, whatever that means to you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.